This is Rosemary Lichtman for Real Health. I was having dinner the other night with an old friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a while, and she was telling me how stressed she was because she was trying to make arrangements to take care of her mother, who was in her 90s and needed more care than she could really give. And it brought me back to my own experiences probably about a dozen years ago when I was a member of the sandwich generation. Like my friend, I was really stressed and exhausted and overwhelmed. When I was talking to her, I told her that there were three things that had really helped me at that time. One was to try to lower my expectations. The second one was to get the help I needed, and the third was to really take care of myself. Let me tell you a little bit about how those worked for me. My parents had really been strong, independent people, and it was very hard to see them deteriorating in their 80s. At first I was flying back to the Midwest to help take care of them, balance their checkbook, cook for them, take them to the doctor, and I really did want them to come out to live closer to me, but they were pretty independent and wanted to stay by themselves. They did come out for my son's graduation from high school, and unfortunately when they did, my mom had a stroke. So they never did go back home, and after her stay in the rehab hospital, we moved them in with us and took care of them in our house for another 3 years that my mom lived and another 6 that my dad lived after that. And as I mentioned to you before, there were three things that really helped me because in the beginning I was extremely exhausted and overwhelmed. But the first thing I did when I took and made myself have more realistic expectations was I realized that I just could not do everything I wanted to do. I felt a little guilty about it, but I tried not to beat myself up. The second thing was I did get the help I needed. My parents luckily had saved some funds of their own, and I was able to use that for hiring a wonderful nurse's aide. And when my son later on was getting married out of town, first I thought I would bring my dad, but when it became obvious I couldn't, we arranged for some aides to stay with him so I could enjoy that time with my family. And the third thing was I really did try to take better care of myself. I found that jogging in the neighborhood high school track in the morning really helped clear my head and let me start the day with a positive attitude. So I was able to enjoy the years we spent together at the end, and I really treasured those, but only after I was able to balance everyone's needs, my own included, and really take care of myself as part of the sandwich generation. So I'm wondering what works for you. You can try these three ways, or let us hear from you as to some others that worked for you to help reduce your stress. Thanks, take care, bye-bye.